I called ICE on somebody. This Jamaican lady, she has this restaurant. I can't tell you what town it's in, but very nasty attitude. I went in to buy a dinner about 3 weeks ago, and she gave me some burnt up rice. Now, I paid about $27 for this dinner.
Viral social media video described an incident where an American woman claimed she called U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) on a Jamaican restaurant owner following a dispute over food quality. The woman reportedly purchased a meal and, upon opening it, found the food was rotten or spoiled. She requested a refund or exchange, which the restaurant owner allegedly refused, leading to a heated argument. After the owner denied her request, the woman reportedly claimed she deduced the owner did not have legal status and contacted ICE as a form of retaliation. In recent social media posts, the woman claimed that when she returned to the location weeks later, the restaurant had been shut down.
Now, when I got to my car and opened up the meal, the container was stinking. Okay, that's how rotten the food was. So I went inside and politely asked her for another plate because the food was not adequate. Instead of her being a nice business owner, making the customer happy, she decides to curse me out like a dog. Her attitude was so nasty, very nasty. So I already figured she was in this country illegally because she has this heavy accent. I can tell. I knew that she was here illegally, her and her husband.
So, Jamaicans are pissed. I'll roll out the videos of so many reactions from Jamaicans based on the video we have just watched, and most of them are saying the truth if you listen to them closely. Now, a black woman called ICE on a Jamaican woman because she was not treated nicely when she went to eat in her restaurant. And I'm wondering, ICE, isn't that going too far? Why ICE? Why? Anyways, on the other hand, how would you, a restaurant owner, serve stale food and burnt food to your customer? Would you serve that to a white person? I'm not here to take sides today. Can we learn to respect ourselves as blacks, most especially? Can we learn to respect ourselves, please? Like, if we had respected ourselves in this instance, we wouldn't be seeing all of this on social media. Let us see ourselves as all that we have got. Anyways, guys, I'll be back. Just watch the videos, okay?
Okay, so before I start this, I want to say first and foremost that my life has been heavily impacted in terms of like me in education or whatever by Jamaican women. I've met some amazing I lived in New York, and I met some amazing Jamaican women who helped all children, ethnic Black American children, as long as they were darkly melanated or deeply melanated or just melanated children. They loved those kids, and they taught me a lot about how to love those kids when I was a very new teacher, when I was just starting out. And I've also like had some great relationships with Jamaican men. And I think the Jamaican women were from Jamaica. The Jamaican men were born in America. So they were Jamaican American. That being said, or whatever, I also have noticed that Jamaicans, have a particular feeling towards ethnic Black Americans. It wasn't very obvious to me, of course, until several years ago when, when we started becoming ethnocentric, and I started to, remember, especially, I think the biggest issue that is really contentious, and it kind of shows the relationship that Jamaicans and attitudes that they have and the jealousies they have towards ethnic Black Americans, is this whole hip hop thing. The fact that Jamaicans really want to say that Kool Herc, and Kool Herc really needs to just come out with a statement and say that hip hop started with Jamaicans is kind of disgusting and disrespectful. And I had an ex that was Jamaican American, and even he tried to say that And we had to really talk about it. And then also too, when there was a reparations discussion, he wanted to insert himself, and he got very angry when I told him, like, it's none of your business to discuss ethnic Black Americans reparations. Like, why do you think, you have a say? And to some degree, this is on us because of our, in my previous Pan-Africanness, we opened and welcomed everybody into our culture. And therefore, a lot of people still feel very entitled to discuss us and to discuss our culture and to feel like they can say stuff about us. We have never weaponized being ethnic Black American against people. And we've always been very humble and downplayed it. And now that's done. And people have to have a wake-up call. Like, the disrespect we've been receiving from so many people from Caribbean, African cultures that we had no idea was going on is just ridiculous. And you can't expect us to keep dealing with it after we have given you so much grace. If you think we didn't know we were Americans, then you were mistaken. If you think that we didn't know that we had power and influence and we had certain things, you were mistaken. Because in your countries, you guys weaponize that against each other. There's so much classism that you mistook our kindness and our humility for just being naive and not knowing what we were, what we had. And you guys say this a lot. You say a lot to us, oh, you guys don't know the opportunities you have. Yes, we do. We just didn't throw them in your face because we were considerate and compassionate. But because that's not how you guys operate amongst yourselves, you could not conceive of a group of people who are ethnic, who are considered under the Negro category of, under the racial category of Negro. You could not conceive of them having all of these things and not rubbing it in your face and treating you like crap. Because that's what happens in your countries. When your people get to a certain status in your country, they treat each other like crap. They rub it in each other's faces and they brag about it and they compete and they're nasty. That's not our culture. There's always going to be some of us like that, but that's not how ethnic Black Americans get down. And that's why y'all misread this whole situation. And this is why you're in the position now where you're getting ICE called on you. So it's a new day. It's a new day. Ethnic Black, whatever, God says this in the Bible, and I'm sure in the Quran or what have you. If you don't appreciate something, it gets taken from you. If you don't appreciate something, it gets taken from you. And it's time. It's just time. You didn't appreciate the fact that we weren't coming against you the way that we could have. We didn't throw our success in your face the way that we could have. And you took it as, oh, it's because we're more successful, instead of, wow, they're humble and they're not trying to rub in our face that they're the wealthiest they're the wealthiest group in the entire diaspora. And they're not rubbing that in our face. They're the most educated, the most healthiest, the most whatever you can think of group in the diaspora. And they're not rubbing that in our face. They're not making us feel bad about coming from a developing nation that has nothing. And instead of you recognizing that, you said to yourself, oh, if they're being kind to me and compassionate to me, then they must not have nothing, or we must be better. Your psychology, your colonized minds, and this is not all Jamaicans, but it's damn sure a lot. Your psychology was so warped and so ungrateful and so competitive and I'm going to compete and we're better and they're worse and I've got this and you could not even see. You looked a gift horse in the mouth. Now, I don't know if Jamaica has that statement, but we have that in America. You look a gift horse in the mouth. If somebody gives you something for free, and instead of just saying, thank you for this free gift, I'm going to look in the gift horse's mouth to see if the teeth, how is it doing? That's what you did. And so it's a new day. Now we are weaponizing what we have against you now. We never did this before because we looked at other groups of people in the Negro race category as brothers and sisters. However, we were doing this by ourselves, and everybody else was being nasty to us, talking bad about us, using white tea talking points to criticize and demean us. And it's disgusting. And you guys have to take accountability and ownership for this. For example, I guarantee you, if that Black American woman, if she was Black American woman, went into that Jamaican restaurant and said, my food is nasty, can you please refund it? The Jamaican lady would have done backflips and beyond to replace that food for that YT woman. She would have got her refund. She would have gotten an apology. She would have gotten anything, and the woman would have never been nasty to her. It is probably, if this even story is true, it is probably the disdain that this Jamaican woman had for ethnic Black American people that made her nasty and rude in the first place. I don't know if this part is true, but the lady even said, the Black American lady even said the woman threw something at her. I don't care. Y'all can say what you want, all you want. However, the truth of the matter is this. Anybody who throws something at you, after they gave you nasty food, is going to make you think about whether you should call ICE or whoever you want to call, whether it's your mama and her people to come get this lady or whatever. My point is saying this is that after an exchange that was nasty, I probably would not have called ICE. This is me. If somebody threw something in my face, I would think about it. And I'm a very, very compassionate, gracious person, like extremely compassionate and gracious, but I'm going to start thinking about it. What you other groups need to understand is that ethnic Black Americans are tired of your negativity, your attacks in our country. If you don't like ethnic Black Americans, that is your right to feel that way. But you got to remember, and we will remind you that this is our country. It is our country. You are a guest here in our country. If I come to somebody else's house, I don't disrespect them because they can throw me out. So I'm just saying, just remember that. When I went to Jamaica, it was a very sad experience for me to go to Jamaica because of the poverty, but I never disrespected Jamaicans when I went there. I was very polite and I was very respectful, but I'm going to tell you, they tried to scam me a little bit and I just wasn't down for that. But I was very respectful because I'm in their country. This is just about respect. And you guys need to learn this, or this is what's going to happen, because we're done. Once you disrespect somebody enough, they're tired and it's done. It's not the same. We're not the same. And we always knew that, but we were humble and we wanted to give you compassion, but you guys ruined it. We're not the same in America. We're not.
So the woman called Ice Pan the restaurant. I see every Jamaican I make video attack about it, say she wrong. But how about when you talk about the attitude of the people that are working at the restaurant and the behavior that they have while you are spending your money? What is it that Jamaican workers have to be so disrespectful, especially in a Jamaican restaurant? Why are they so disrespectful and rude? Yeah, they might never sell her a rotten food and she could have get back a refund or whatever. Or however the situation go. Because none of we never did it. We would have loved to hear from the restaurant what really happened. But let us talk about our behavior as Jamaicans. And everybody making videos to defend the restaurant. Whoever the worker is, we don't know. But at the end of the day, you don't remember, so we as Jamaicans just the same. We go there and then disrespect we and piss we have worse than how they piss off other people sometimes. Because nobody not yet Jamaican like Jamaican. You don't have to do nothing. Them just want to see you walking at the restaurant and automatically them start their attitude like them have more man and girl problem than everybody in the world. How about we speak about that? How about we speak of a little customer service and a little respect to the persons that is coming to your establishment to spend their money with you? How about we speak about that? Yeah? How about the disrespect we don't always have and give people because you don't feel like, oh, me a Jamaican and I not take no chat from nobody. I know everybody are going to take it. How about that? So yes, the woman never did fi call no ICE and she never did fi take it that far. But you know fi take responsibility too. Because you know no disrespectful and you know no mean and angry all the time for whatever reason I don't know. A person come into an establishment, especially the restaurants, and they want to order something. And me no know which problem you have from no yard. Don't take up your car come and work with you know. Me no do you know nothing. The person probably not do you know nothing. But you don't always have attitude, and it's been going on for years. So you cannot blame the woman alone. Yes, she take it too far. But you can't jump up and defend Jamaican restaurant like that because you are Jamaican. You must be honest and split justice because you know some of the things them that happen in there is true. And that is the problem with us as Jamaicans. We go on like we big and bad and we bold and we run things everywhere we go. And if nobody do not know, yes, Jamaicans are going to run come defend it. How about you start tell we if you take some accountability? And we say we because the island we sometimes we full of attitude, we need to check ourselves. Why not always so mad with the customer them? Even when the customer them now do nothing to them just ask for some quality service. What is wrong with that? And people are going to say, oh well, cook on a yard. If everybody did cook on their yard, nobody would need to go to a restaurant. Which is so fucking stupid. Persons do cook at home, but there are times when they can't and then stop to get something to eat. Yeah, we're not going to say, we don't do for cook on a yard, I don't for cook. If everybody did cook a yard, the same restaurant them would not have a business to run. So for the dunce empty head people, them will always come for some bullshit because they want to defend the behavior of their kin. How about you think about that? McDonald's would do in a business, Burger King would do in a business, Jamaican restaurant will sell patty shop, patty and patty would do in a business. If everybody did decide say, we are going to cook and we now go out. Have some sense, no man. You can't wrong and strong all the time. Sometimes when you don't wrong, you have to take wrong and split justice. Yes, we defend Jamaicans all the way. And we don't make nobody take step away. But in order to fix the situation, because not only Americans and other people, them rude to we too. You're going to buy something, them I tell you what you can and cannot get. You're running an establishment. If you go anywhere else to buy no chicken or no rice or no whatever. The only thing, if they did have a rule, say, well, no, such and such and such, then we understand. But sometimes the cashiers and the person selling the food are making their own rules because they look by you and feel like so them not like you. Which is very weird. So we have to split justice. We have to split justice. And if we not talk up, then now go do better, and it's been going on for years. Everybody knows the Jamaican restaurant workers disrespectful. And it's not getting better because everybody keep on and say, oh, make them go suck them mother. I'm not going like when you tell people go suck them mother, it's going to do something to them. Everybody come, suck on the mother, suck on the mother. What I gonna do? Alright, we suck with mother now. What else? We don't need to grow up and start take accountability for your behavior. Another simple that. Everybody can come defend the wrong. We need to do better.
So this lady here who said she went to a Jamaican restaurant, and when she went there, she purchased her food. After she leave, she realized that the food was burnt and the meat was rotten. She went back in the restaurant and tell them to change the food rotten and the food burnt. You went back in the restaurant and asked them to change the food instead of tell them, I need my money back. This food ain't good. And y'all need to change whatever meat you're using because it's rotten. That's what I would have done. And not only that, I would have also called health department so they can come and check out their restaurant. And before getting to an argument, I maybe would have just called the cops and make a report so that they don't want to give me my money back if I'm asking for the money or I'm asking to change the food and they won't give me. But as a black person, you are a snake, you are a rat, you are everything in the book, but I'm not going to call you the B word, which you are. So, and I'm not going to say if S your mother, which you should. You know, because as a Jamaican, everybody know what S your mother, you know, SYM your mama girl. Sure. But anyway, me upset, and I'm not entitled to express myself how I want to express it because you are a female. The B word. The S word. The F word. Like I said, I am pretty much upset because you could have done one thing. Call the department. Two things. Call the cops. But you didn't have to call immigration. Now, let me show you how trifling this woman is. And how antagonizing this woman is. She said weeks later, she went back to the restaurant. And it was closed. So you was going back to buy burnt food and rotten meat? Sound like if there was more to the story that you're not explaining out. You did a fuck the girl, man? Let me ask you a question. Were you having sex with the woman, husband, and the man never want you? So you say, since I can't have you, go back home with your lady, your woman. Me want to know, I must something like that. Girl, you look like one big snake in that the glasses there. Like a girl say, you need to call immigration for your edges. Your edges need fixing. And look underneath her, and look her. You look like she tighten up right as son, but right as so old. You're old like my grandmother in her grave. You're old like my grandfather. You're old, you shrivel up. You shrivel up. Look at her face. Oh, it shrivel up. Your face look like when my balls swivel up when time it cool, touch it. Not now. No stop. My balls not shrivel up now, it's smooth. But that face, yeah, look like my balls shrivel up. But anyway, you see you lady, and you keep on making video while I am making mine. Because the woman, she's so trifling that, yep, I'm the one that called the immigration. Look at her. This is her. Yep. I'm the one that called the immigration on the Jamaican woman because she gave me burnt food. And she didn't want to share her husband. And all the woman need is just one night. Or one more night if the man did done. Because some of restaurant owner, to be blamed. Because when you left from the restaurant with no good woman and gone out the door, gone shop. And so when you end up with that, girl come talk about spoiled food, rotten, burnt food, rotten meat, and no.
My unpopular opinions video on the dirty gal that decided to call ICE on the Jamaican restaurant because now you're famous. Now you big time viral. Because you didn't take a minute to see that you, as a black person, you literally turned yourself into a snitch for, MAGA run situations. Like, you literally, you did all of that for $27. Like, you could have left a bad review. You could have decided not to go there anymore. No, you went as far as calling massa and not even understanding on the level of what ICE represents now in our current because real fucking talk, real fucking talk. That is ICE. ICE could easily be called on you. Like, you could be accused of being an illegal, and you could be treated some kind of way over $27, just like how you treated somebody over $27. All right, though, the way me I see your face on social media and people that chat to you all about social media, me check say wherever you're there. Cause I know me don't know where you're there, Me check say wherever you're there, you're not safe. Nah, man, you're not safe. Nah, man, karma, I go right up on you. I go look on you right in your eye. And I go say, hey, you dirty girl, are you me come bout? Are you me come bout, dirty stinking yammed girl, child? You're not safe, me no know, bro. You fucked up though. You could, but on every level of real righteousness, you fucked up somebody's life over $27. Congratulations, you played your...
I ain't gonna lie now. I have something to talk about today. The woman that we call Ice pan the Jamaican restaurant. You're bitter, you're bitter, you're bitter. You're bitter bad, sir. What am I gonna stay, sir? Alright. I understand what you're saying. You say you bought the food and you step outside and whatever the food, you use the word rotten. The food rot. That's what you say. I don't know where. You know, Jamaican people, we're ignorant and we're dark. It's worse if we have try see eye to eye with what you're saying. You're not captivate what you say and you diss me. Because me can tell you now. We are type of people where we give you grace and make you explain yourself. We try to calm the situation down. But you see, moment you want this, mama, you get this. We are Jamaican people. We don't take this from nobody. Alright. Saying that, lady, you're wrong for call. You never have to take it so far. Not even so wrong, but you never have to go that far. Come on, you know you destroy the people in life, bro. You destroy their life. How you feel I lay down on your bed right now? How you feel I go well asleep right now? Just forget up and call Ice. For a whole business. You actually lock down a whole foundation. From looking at your face, you know, although I can't see your eye. But I can see your eye through the glass. It's a wicked. Yes, baby, right? And you're a devil.
The truth is, when you go to a restaurant to spend your money, you want to enjoy your meal. You know, I love a very good meal. There's one thing I love to do. I love to cook. But you know, there are some times that you just don't feel like cooking, or most times I get tired of eating my own meals. So I want to eat out, you know, just have a nice time, go to a, beautiful restaurant and just have a good meal. But whenever I go to a restaurant to spend my money on food, I want to have an enjoyable experience. I want to enjoy, a nice meal. We can do better as humans. I'm just imagining what transpired, what went wrong. I don't support the fact that the woman called Ice. Also, I don't support the fact that the lady, the restaurant owner, wasn't a good host. I don't know what transpired, but even if, let's assume the food was really, really terrible and the Black American came to the restaurant to, report about the food being burnt and stale and all of that. There is a way that you as a business owner, as a restaurant owner, would approach the situation, be calm about it, apologize. I don't know. For the woman to have called Ice, I believe the Jamaican woman was probably nasty to her as well, because I don't think she had it in her to just call Ice. There must have been a reason why she called, but not Ice. Like, I'm just in between. I really don't even know what to say. Why would you call Ice? And you, as a restaurant owner, come on, you can do better. You can do better. Let's learn to treat people nicely. As it's always said, treat people how you would want them to treat you. If you want someone to be nasty to you, yeah, fine, be nasty to them. But if you want someone to be nice to you, then treat them nicely and you will in turn get niceness. That's how life works. And this just bothers me, seeing all of this on social media. And how can a black woman be calling Ice on another black woman? Come on. I understand you're American, she's Jamaican, but we're all we've got. Do you understand that? We are all we've got. Let's be nice to ourselves. Let's be nice to ourselves, please. Let's live in peace. Anyways, I want to give credit to all the original content I've used on my channel today. Thank you so much, guys. If you're new on this channel, sorry I'm ranting today. Forgive me. I'm not always like this. I'm a sweet soul. I am so sorry, guys, but this really got to me, and I'm wondering. Anyways, guys, subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have an amazing day, guys. Cheers.